Hey friends, I am in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It's been an interesting few days. Decided to do a Q&A live here, and it's been a pretty fun time here in Cape Cod. I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. I don't do this live thing very often. It says orientation is locked. There we go. How you guys doing out there? Well, yesterday filmed probably in the vicinity of a dozen white sharks here in Cape Cod. I have been searching for sharks today, but we had this wild marine layer that just came through, and it really obscured everything. You really can't fly the drone with fog and a marine layer coming through here. But it's been a really good time this week here in Cape Cod. On, I believe it was Sunday, I was filming at Nauset Beach, and we basically had to take people out of the water because I had a white shark that was, I don't want to use the word stalking, but it was mirroring a seal along the shore, and it moved right in close to a whole bunch of people who were swimming, and so that was pretty interesting. Um, my screen says orientation is locked, so let me know if I need to rotate my phone because I can't get rid of this thing in the middle of my screen. Is it okay? Can you guys see this okay? There you are. Okay, so I guess I'll just go this way. Yeah, it's going to make me rotate it. That's the only way we can do it. I am not a fan of vertical video. I hate vertical video. But I can see you. Now I can see, and I can see the comments as well. I was going to try to go live on from the drone, but I can't really get that working just because it's so hard to get a stable connection straight to the drone. But that's good. You can see it better now. So shoot me a question. I don't do these live things very often, but I, just want to burn some time. The weather is not too good right now. A lot of glare, some fog coming in. So just thought I'd talk to you guys. What's my first question? Switzerland. Wow, that's a long ways away. Oh, it's saying to please rotate. So I can't tell. Do I go vertical here or do I go horizontal, guys? Let me know. Istanbul, that's far away as well. Quite an international crowd we have out there. Yes, I do follow OSearch. They do tag sharks. I don't necessarily have a working relationship with them, but it is an organization I'm familiar with. Have you stopped by Dunkin' Donuts? Yes, Super Dan. In fact, I should open my car door here and show you how many Dunkin' Donuts receipts, cups, and bags I have. Yes, I have seen they are searching for great whites off the shores of Ireland for the first time. I don't know if that's the first time. It is for them, but other people have searched for sharks there as well. From my understanding, what they do is they do a lot of baiting and chumming, which is not something that is my method of searching. Good luck to them, though. If they find anything, that'd be awesome. I do want to get out to Ireland sometime to find sharks. Thanks, P.S. You majored in shark biology in Massachusetts. Awesome. An update on this. I was going to go up to Martha's Vineyard, but I had a little bit of a problem with my luggage on the very first day, which was going to be the day that I was planning to take the ferry up to Martha's Vineyard. I had to stay back because American Airlines lost my luggage, which had a lot of equipment in it as well. So I couldn't go to Martha's Vineyard, unfortunately, and the weather's not looking too good tomorrow. Yeah, the OSearch app does show where tag sharks are, but those are the tag sharks that they tag. Yeah, I definitely need a Pelican case. Hello, Australia. Ireland. That's quite a few people from Ireland here. Awesome. How many sharks did you see? Well, I'll tell you what. I saw quite a few sharks. The first day I saw 4, which was Sunday. And then yesterday about a dozen sharks. And if you follow my community page, I uploaded a photo of me getting an ID shot with the pole cam of the ID of a shark. I felt like Dr. Greg ScoMo in that moment. It was pretty cool to be at the end of the pulpit. Irish sharks eat potatoes. Yes, they do. Greetings from Texas. Hello, Alexandria. Uh, Australia, we have big white sharks too. Yeah, you definitely big white sharks in Australia. I get a phone call right now. I cannot that call. So tomorrow I am speaking in the city of Wellfleet. I'm going to be speaking. I'm doing kind of a city event there. I'm going to be speaking there. It's going to be a there's going to be a live Zoom call. Would you guys want to be invited to it? I believe you can possibly attend. I'm going to be answering questions and talking about human white shark encounters. It's going to be pretty cool there. And, anytime I get to talk to people about my journey and talking about sharks, it's a good thing. Great seafood in Wellfleet. Yes, I have had some seafood here. Pretty good. Seafood and Dunkin' Donuts. Jamie, let me know a specific spot to hit up. I love seafood, so let me know. Can you do a stream on Microsoft Teams? I suppose so. What's your favorite shark movie? Well, I got to go with Jaws, of course. Jaws is the quintessential shark movie. Um, Please comment on great white shark community in Northern California. Seems like there's a migration norm there. Can you comment on this, please? So the great white sharks in Northern California, we've always known that there's great white sharks there. So, uh, how many drones have you lost? Zero, by the way, zero. The great white sharks in Northern California, I was up in the Farallon Islands last November and I saw quite a few. In fact, at the Farallons, I saw 2 predations in a matter of 3 hours, which is, it was very gruesome. I mean, like, I haven't put that on the channel because it was specifically research driven footage, and my time there was specifically for the scientists, so I couldn't really share any of the footage from the Farallons, which was unfortunate because I filmed a lot of really big sharks and really cool stuff. In fact, I got splashed by a 17-foot white shark in the face that came by the boat. The tail just splashed us all. It's pretty incredible. Uh, Cranky sealed addicted sharks don't mind great white sharks, but the ones I step on creep me out. Oh, okay. Have you flown? How many drones have you flown into TVs? I've accidentally flown a drone into a TV once. It's the only crash I've ever had indoors. True story. Uh, the place we used to go as a kid is gone, but I would use the TripAdvisor app. Okay. Can you live stream that event you're talking about? That event is going to be, I was just sent a Zoom invite from the organizers, so they're going to be live streaming that. It's a city event, I believe, so I'm speaking to the city. There's going to be a lot of Q&A there. Has a lot to do with some safety protocols and things that the city's trying to implement here. There's going to be a political slant to it, I believe, and I'm just going to present what I normally do and try to stay out of the politics of it. Can you live stream that event? I'm going to ask to see if I can share that. I know that the city will be live streaming that event on the city's website, which is the city of Wellfleet, is what I've been told. So let me see if I can get that to you guys. If I can send you the link, if their bandwidth holds that many people watching or an increase of viewership, then I will definitely do that. But yeah, if you live in Wellfleet, if you live on the Cape, come out to the Wellfleet Senior Center tomorrow night. I'm going to be speaking and presenting and showing footage that I've captured over the last couple of days up here, including one of the beaches in Wellfleet where I saw 2 pretty big, large sharks. Um, what will you do the day you film a white shark attacking a human? Jerry, that question comes to me, and I don't anticipate ever seeing that. White shark attacks in general are so rare that I honestly don't think I'll ever see that happen. With that said, I would never share footage of an attack. As you know, a lot of you probably seen that gruesome footage of the attack in in Egypt or the attack in Australia over the last couple of years. Nobody really wants to see that, and it's not what my channel is about. It's also a matter of respect as well for victims, and there's no way I would do that for clicks and views and things like that. I would share that with scientific community, researchers, things like that, to help us understand what happened. But for the general public to see just death or something like that, definitely a level of respect that has to go with that. So that's my stance on that. And please, it's not censorship. It's just how I feel morally to not have to share something of a human suffering or something like that. But I don't anticipate that ever happening. Jaws is a masterpiece. I tell you what, besides the Jaws effect, it is a fantastic movie. As long as you remember that it is entertainment. It is simply entertainment. Is there a study determining if shark predation is genetically inherited or learned behavior and why? Not that I know of, which brings me to an interesting topic. So, 10 days ago, I filmed. You guys, if you follow me on social media, and even here, you may have seen the photo of the shark that has that really crazy injury on it. You know, that the shark that has that it's a prop strike from a boat. It's got multiple cuts over the top of the dorsal fins cut in half. Well, that shark, I found it again, and that shark was getting really close to some young swimmers, and those swimmers were way too far out. I mean, they were pretty far out, and three young girls swimming, and that shark made my blood pressure go up. And not because I thought an attack would happen, but I just thought that the calculation of an injured shark, I wasn't sure if an injured shark would be more apt to trying to make an attack, because obviously if it's injured, I just felt like maybe the injury may not make it prone to not attacking, meaning if an animal's injured, it may want to go after the low-hanging fruit, right? I don't know. There's no science to back that up, and there's no research that shows that a shark that is injured would be more prone to attacking you. But you'll see that footage eventually on my channel. I have a lot of editing to do, so I'll share it with you eventually. Monterey was taken over by large amount of sea lions. Did this occurrence attract sharks to the Monterey area? Honestly, I really think it's the warming waters that have attracted sharks to the Monterey area more than that. It's a cascading effect, but I think that because the waters have warmed significantly and are going up north, you're seeing a lot of these juvenile subadult sharks showing up there. And so that's more of an effect, I think, than an abundance of sea lions up there and seals. But we are seeing water temperatures rise, and those warmer waters are going further north, meaning that some of these juvenile sharks don't have to travel south anymore. They're staying up there. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate those kind words. Um, what part of the Cape are you in? Right now, I'm in a small town called Brewster. So what happened today is I spent most of my morning on the Outer Cape, Nauset Beach. I went down to, or up to Coast Guard Beach, all those areas. There's definitely sharks there. The research team was there as well, conducting research. I know that there was confirmed sharks there. But a fog layer moved into the Outer Cape. So I came to the inside. I'm in Brewster right now, and we have an extreme low tide. I have a really strong connection, so I'm afraid of moving and walking over to the beach right now. So we do have an extreme low tide. I flew the drone out about 10,000 feet into the middle of the bay here, and I did see something really big out there. It was too big to be a dolphin, but it did come up, and I had to come back. So I have to look at the footage. Could be a big shark, or it could have just been like a small whale or something. Have you heard of shark taws? I don't know what that is. No, I have not heard. So yes, I'll be at the senior center. Can't speak, in Wellfleet tomorrow. I believe the presentation starts at 5:30. Going to show some live shark footage and some footage I've caught over the last couple of days there. Thanks for the kind words there on the newborn white shark. Um, that was very, very incredible experience to see, and I'm looking for another one. What drone do you use, and which one do you wish you had? So the drone I use the Mavic 3 Pro. That's my workhorse. I have a couple of them with me in the car right now, and it's really my workhorse. In fact, I'll show you what I use. Let me open the back of my car here, and I can show you that this is my travel kit. Yeah, I'm pretty protected right now. The weather on the other side of the Cape is pretty bad. Let me show you my travel kit here. So this is my travel kit, guys. Oh, that's an Osmo. I use that. But there's another Osmo. I love the Osmo. So I have drone 1 here. And then I have another drone, Mavic 3 Pro as well there. And always got to travel with a lot of batteries. So I have a dozen batteries with me here. And that's usually my travel kit. Oh, I left my controller on. Turn it off there. So in case you're wondering, I'm not a fan of smart controller, so that's just a backup. I do not use a smart controller. And so yeah, that's the travel kit. Good question. I get a lot of questions about my kit all the time. Super Dan, that actually, has a shark ever pooped on you? That is that's a funny question. That is a yes. I've been pooped on by a great white shark while I was in a cage in Guadalupe Island. That was a pretty wild experience. Have you ever swam among white sharks? I haven't swam in the open water with them. I was in a cage. Yeah, the kit's pretty expensive. And so, yeah, I do get credit for some of my material, AJ YouTube. I do. I do a lot of collaborations with scientists. Right now, most recently, I've been working with Atlantic White Shark Conservancy out here. They had me on the boat yesterday, and that was really fun. They have a YouTube channel, Atlantic White Shark Conservancy, so go check them out. Women need to be cautious in the water. I don't know if there's any data that proves that. I guess it would. I'm sure it has an effect, but I don't know if that's a solid fact. Santa Cruz area again. I do want to get up to Santa Cruz. If any of you guys know areas where there's some sea otters, and there's been actual incidences of sea otters and white sharks, please let me know, because I need to film that. Dr. Scomo, yes, he's busy in meetings, so he wasn't able to join us yesterday, unfortunately. Shark Taz is another YouTube channel. There's a lot of shark YouTube channels coming up there, but I honestly don't consume too much YouTube because I'm out filming all the time and working. So I'm glad there's a lot of shark channels out there, as long as the channels are factually based. I've noticed that there's a big influx of AI-driven channels out there, which is really sad, because they are using AI to not just voice these videos, but to literally make up stories about white sharks, and to basically scare people with these scary stories, with titles of "Shark bites head off of diver" and things like that. So yeah, I don't really get into that stuff. Thank you, Ready to Go. You've been a fan of mine since I had less than 2,000 subs. Thank you so much. Paul, appreciate that. Give me a question. Throw me out a question out there. This is your chance to ask me any question you have. You got me live. Yes, I did cover that, Rye. I've seen probably 20 sharks in the last 3 days. I've not done, Cherie, I've not done anything with the Monterey Bay Aquarium. What do you do when you're not looking for sharks? I'm usually researching or editing video. This is what I do. I look for sharks almost every day, actually, which is cool, because I get to bring my son. He's got his own little drone. He's 2.5 years old, and we have a fun time. So I'm a full-time searching for sharks guy. Are sharks in Massachusetts bigger on average than what you've witnessed in California? I have to tell you that that is a no. I really do think it's kind of a misconception that Cape Cod has a big sharks. They are big. Don't get me wrong. They are big sharks, but from what I've seen in California and in the Gulf of California, I just feel like there's bigger sharks in the California area than out here that are visible. I mean, deep blue is a California shark. California, Hawaii, Guadalupe Island. There's a lot of big sharks out here. Jason, you're in Falmouth. Cool. Come up to Wellfleet tomorrow and say hi. There were like 5 fatal shark attacks in the Sea of Cortez in the past 2 years. What's your opinion? Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I pitched a thing to Discovery Channel about that in the Tiburon Island. So I wanted to do something more scientifically based, and it was a little too over the top for me, so we didn't go that direction. But I'm definitely aware that the Sea of Cortez, there are some great white sharks there, and there have been some fatalities. Is Guadalupe Island still closed to research? Yes, it is still closed. I was given permission to go to Guadalupe Island this year, but I didn't have the drone permissions, which is kind of key to what I do. Water temp. Do they like warmer water? Rita, I have to say that water temperature is probably one of the biggest drivers for me observing sharks. I know that when I see the water temperatures get 56 degrees and below, I see significantly less sharks. Does that mean there's less? Maybe not. They might just be lower in the water column. So, I don't know. Darzu, no, I have not connected with them. Have you ever lost a drone in the ocean? That is a no. Not knock on wood. Knock on wood here. Turo Beach a couple years back. Yes, there was a fatal attack. In fact, 2 days ago was the anniversary of a fatal attack up here in Wellfleet at Marconi Beach. And so I flew Marconi Beach, and it took me but 5 minutes to find 2 sharks there. I'll tell you this much: I would not swim at Marconi Beach on the Cape. When I saw it, there's not many places where I say, hey, you know what? I don't think I'm going to swim here. I just personally wouldn't swim there. The water was really rough there, really chocolate mud, and seals up and down. It's just a perfect place to hit the unlucky lotto there. How far east do white sharks travel? I don't know. I don't know that. Why is the CSU? I can't speak for the Shark Lab. I don't know what's going on with their lack of funding. I know a lot of their research technicians that are my friends have switched jobs and are going to go to other research institutions. They lost funding, and that's really all I can say. I can't speak for them. It's anytime there's a cut in research, it's not good. Research is good, so I hate to see it. What was your moment where you realized you wanted to work with this? Did you always have an interest in sharks, or did it surface later in life? I have to say that for me, I've always had an interest in wildlife and marine life in general. But, when drone technology came out, I would put the drone up and start filming gray whales, and that's where it really started. And the gray whales are incredible creatures, but that one day that I saw a white shark, it just kind of light bulb went off in my head, and I started looking for sharks, and I realized that there were quite a few sharks everywhere I went. So that's how it really started. If you swim where seals are, you're insane. No, not necessarily. In the Sea of Cortez, even during my Sea of Cortez trip, we swim with sea lions and seals, and it just depends on where you are. Honestly, there's areas where white sharks don't go into, and I don't know why, but I think the biggest issue is if you swim with seals and sea lions in areas known to be white shark feeding grounds. That's the big difference. Yeah, that fatality there. I'm sure we'll talk about that tomorrow night in the Wellfleet presentation, and I'm sure people more close to that event will chime in. How do sharks know to always come up on the backside of boats or kayaks, even if they're drifting at an angle or not moving forward? That's an interesting question. I really don't know. I know that there's some surfers who have told me they put little those fake eyeballs on the back of their surfboard on purpose because of that. It's a really interesting question, and there has to be an avenue for researching that and finding out what makes the sharks want to just go behind you and know what the front of a shark is compared to what the back of a shark is. Good question. Let's see here. Would you go to False Bay in South Africa? Oh yeah, for sure. I would like to go out there. I was going to go this year, but I just kept delaying it, and um, I couldn't make it out there. Love the orca content and the sharks. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of orca stuff. In fact, the whole month of December, I'm going to be dedicating to orcas. So I'm going to be filming a lot of orcas, hopefully in December. That's peak orca season in Southern California. So hopefully I get you some cool orca stuff. All right. Any more questions out there? Thanks, Gina. I really appreciate that. Well, hopefully you can hear me good. I am using a microphone, as you can see here. So hopefully the sound is good. Do you believe any of the anti-shark items like the one? You know what I believe is if you use an anti-shark device, if it gives you peace of mind, good for you. I don't know if there's any actual data to suggest that they are effective. Um, I would have to actually use one and test it myself. The drone would be a great way to actually test this thing, and I haven't seen that done yet. I've asked the company if we could do it, and I didn't necessarily get a response. So I don't know. Does it work? Maybe, but if it gives you peace of mind, use it. Thanks, Darzu. Appreciate that very much. Filming in Australia, yeah, definitely going to go out there. Sherry, thank you as well. Really appreciate that. I've got about 3 minutes. I'm going to stay on here. I don't want to take too much of you guys' time, but I do appreciate the questions. Yeah, I do have pets. I have a cat. I love my cat. I'm a cat guy. Dogs. I used to have dogs, but not so much anymore. I do love my cats. Intelligence of orcas are captivating. Yes, orcas are definitely interesting. I've kind of fallen in love with orcas this year. Filming orcas, I got to swim with orcas just about a month ago, or not a month ago. Wow, time flies. It was July. I got to swim with orcas in July, and I swam with orcas back in May as well when they were feeding on the mobile arrays. I'm going to release another video of the mobile arrays because if some of you guys noticed in that orca video, there's a few frames where you can see a snorkeler there and the orca goes right by and starts eating. Yeah, that was my friend that was there, and that was during my Sea of Cortez immersion trip. And so I was in the water as well briefly for that. It was really cool, really cool. What do you think about the places like SeaWorld that have orcas? I'm totally against orcas in captivity. There's not much I can say about, they just get, once this generation of orcas that are in captivity, once they pass away, I think that it would be a mistake to continue to bring orcas into captivity. Would you do what you did with James again? Possibly with a better walkie-talkie. The James thing was interesting. If you haven't seen that video, it's on my videos. In my video about 4 videos back. Yeah, I would do that with James again for sure. Big thanks. Yeah, SeaWorld. I don't want to be an apologist for SeaWorld, but yeah, SeaWorld is they need to get rid of that whole orca thing. They do some good work. There are scientists that do some good work there. The marine mammal rescue stuff. Don't write off SeaWorld completely because there are some things that they do that are good. But orcas in captivity have to go. Political panda, yes, I did see white sharks today. Just a couple, but the conditions were not good. This is why I came to the inside of the Cape and decided to go live with you guys because the weather on the outside of the Cape is just not good today. Yes, that is true, Jason. The SeaWorld in Australia does help with whale rescue, so there are some things that SeaWorld does do well. All right. I'm right at 30 minutes. I really enjoy doing this, y'all. I want to maybe do some more live stuff. Tomorrow the weather's going to be a little bad, but if I can get to one of the beaches in Wellfleet that has Wi-Fi, I'm going to go live and do a search there with you guys. I just need a stable, strong Wi-Fi connection, and I can show you sharks live. That would be really cool. That's my wish. I'll talk to the city of Wellfleet tomorrow and make sure that we can try to get that to happen. Um, yes, I did find James' reaction as baby shark's funny, for sure. But all right, you guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the questions. I'm going to drive on to the next beach, do a quick search. This area here where I am is not necessarily known for sharks. In fact, there's no shark signs here. And so before I sign off, I'll show you the entrance here to this beach. It's an extremely low tide. And the weather's not too bad, actually, out here. It's really, really pretty. So we have a negative tide right now. We had a negative tide yesterday with a boat. The research team, we had to get back in before we got stranded out there on a sandbar. It was pretty interesting. But you can see, I mean, there's a sailboat just sitting there because the tide has gone down so low. But not really good for searching for sharks when there's no water, right? You got to fly out 7,000 feet. That's where I am right now, here in Brewster, in Cape Cod, and going to be headed back to Nauset now and take one last look there. Maybe go to Lighthouse Beach down in Chatham. So thanks for the questions. I really appreciate it. No, have not seen any basking sharks. Have not seen any sandbar sharks. But you never know. Maybe this afternoon or this evening. See you guys later. Bye-bye.